Hi, I hope everyone's having a great day. Before I get into my money, not math conversation, I know I am having a great day because the Twins signed Josh Donaldson for 4 years, $90 million. One, I can't even fathom making that much money. But as a fan of the Twins, I didn't. I mean, it's just exciting to think that our hitting could actually get better and our defense definitely improved Josh Donaldson as long as he stays healthy. So now that I've commented on what excited me outside of the business world, because I'm a huge sports fan, basically all Minnesota sports, I want to get into the article that I'm reading today, which is off of usatoday.com. The title of the article is "Here's the Grade Most Americans Give Themselves for Retirement Readiness" by Jessica Menton. The article is pretty short, so I'm going to read the whole thing and then I'm going to respond and react to it afterwards. So hopefully this article and my response and overall this conversation brings you value today. All right, so here's the article. If saving for retirement were graded, most Americans would want to hide their report cards. A majority would give themselves a C grade or lower, and a third of those in their 40s and 50s would give themselves failing grades, according to a new study conducted by Harris Poll for TD Ameritrade. About 53% of those in their 50s have less than $100,000 saved, and just 12% of respondents ages 60 to 79 have at least $1 million stashed away, according to the study, which surveyed 2,000 adults ages 40 to 79. The study says unforeseen events could bring on retirement sooner than expected, leaving most Americans unhappy with their preparations. Half say they retired earlier than they would have liked. 81% are shifting their financial strategy to prepare for a longer lifespan. Younger groups favor 401k plans for retirement vehicles, the study says, while IRAs and annuities are more popular among those in their 70s. People are living longer, which puts pressure on their nest egg, says Matt Sadowski, Director of Retirement and Annuities at TD Ameritrade. The best retirement plans should prevent unexpected risks from impacting long-term goals. A number of roadblocks have hindered retirement preparation for some. Nearly half of those in their 40s have withdrawn money from their retirement accounts because of unexpected life events. Only 1 in 3 ages 50 to 79 take advantage of catch-up contributions to their 401k and IRA accounts. Roughly 60% don't plan to cut back on spending until they retire, while nearly 70% wish they had started saving earlier. 49% of those in their 40s say they will rely on Social Security, compared with 72% of those in their 70s who do. 70-year-olds wish they had gotten an IRA and hadn't gone into personal debt for their kids. When putting together a retirement plan, must-have expenses should take precedence over nice-to-haves, according to Sadowski. If your need-to-haves are covered by income like Social Security, pensions, and annuities, then you will feel more confident about investing for your nice-to-haves, Sadowski says. All right, so that's the end of the article. My two biggest responses are, one, is doom and gloom or sad as this article makes it out to seem. Just remember, we cannot change the past, okay? The past is the past, and it is what it is. So rather than dwelling on it or thinking about it too much, just try to take where you are today, talk to someone you trust, and figure out where do you want to be in the future, and take the best steps you can to get there, all right? Remembering that a perfect plan is not built overnight. Right? So whether you're going from 5% savings to 6% savings, or 5 to 10%, or whatever it is, if your goal is 20, let's say, for example, it doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. Life is life. Lifestyles are lifestyles, and it's hard to make adjustments. But as long as you're trying to make improvements, you're better off than doing nothing. And unfortunately, I find for many people that they get so stuck in their heads and they get so worried about what's happened in the past and where we are today, it locks them up going forward. All right, so just try to make personal improvements from a financial standpoint, as well as, of course, the other important places of our life, like health and things like that. Remembering that wealth isn't built overnight, so just try to, take it by step, and don't take shortcuts, right? And oftentimes, those trying to sell you shortcuts or the easy way to get wealthy are really doing it for themselves to make money, and there's no real easy shortcut. Example being, I think it's like over 60% of people who win the lottery are bankrupt within 3 years, because being wealthy is not about your income or a short spurt of wealth. It's how do you treat your money, okay? So the second thing I wanted to react about this article is This article is a perfect example of of one of the biggest issues of our financial planning industry as a whole. Almost everything is about where you put your money in, where you save your dollars, right? So put it here, put it here, put it here, rate of return, rate of return, rate of return. When in reality, is it more important how much money we can grow, or how much money we can get shoved into our retirement plans, or is it more important how much money we can take out? All right, so the example I like to use is if you work for someone, if you're an employee, what is more important? How much money the company you work for has, or how much they pay you? Right? Most people would say how much they pay us because that's what we live off of. I have found if you own a business, same question. What's more important? How much money your business is worth on paper, or how much it pays you? Right? From my personal opinion, I think it'd be more valuable to have something that's cash rich that you can live off of, not $10 million but no cash flow. Okay, so reflecting that back to our retirement planning, what's more important? How much money your retirement plan says it's worth, or how much money your retirement plan is going to pay you in retirement? So here's the shift in conversation that I believe needs to be made. It's not all about rate of return, rate of return, rate of return. Where do we put our money? It's how is where we're going to put our money today going to affect how much we can pull out in retirement, right? How can we maximize our retirement income, not just how can we chase a rate of return that may have high risk or may not. So I'm not advocating for any specific tool. I'm more or less advocating for a change in thought process, and which will affect how we make decisions today. All right, so hopefully today's conversation brought you value, right? The first question I ask is, don't put yourself down based off the past. Just try to improve yourself going forward. The second question I ask is, what's more important, how much money you get into your retirement account or how much you can pull out, right, on an annual basis as income? And the third thing I brought up is, how excited are we as Twins fans, if you are one, that we just signed Josh Donaldson, one of the best defensive third basemen in the league and a pretty darn good hitter. So hopefully today's conversation brought you value. Please let me know what you think by reaching out or commenting on my videos or podcast. And as always, if you liked the video or podcast, please do share it with a friend. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.